guys, it's Brian. This is my how-to project. As Mr. Murphy knows, and some of you also know, I work at Carvel. So I thought, hey, why not? I'm going to show you guys how to make the Carvel cake. It's a pretty easy process. First, what you got to do is put the vanilla on the bottom of the cake. Now, every cake is vanilla, crunchies, and chocolate, unless you special order it, but the people who do that are a little weird. So, what we have here is put the vanilla on, you smooth it out. You want to get a perfectly even amount of chocolate and vanilla on each cake. It takes a couple seconds to smooth it out, you know. You want to make it look good. Smooth it out, blah, blah, blah. Alright, that seems sufficient enough. Once you do that, you put this over here, and you take your crunchies, sprinkle it all over the place. That amount of crunchies is good, you know, shake it off, put it in every corner. And now you put it in the freezer, you freeze it for about an hour, and I will have the next step once this is frozen. Alright, so welcome back. The cake is about frozen, and we are on to step 2. We're going to need this. Now what we do is we take the chocolate, do the same thing that we did with the vanilla, put it all over the top. Chocolate is a lot. This is not what the chocolate usually looks like, but it's still the same, so it doesn't really matter. Put it all over there. Get it in every corner. That's about right. Take the chocolate and smooth it out like you do with the vanilla, like so. The point is to not get the sides a little dirty, but that doesn't really matter that much. It'll all pop out when it's done smoothly. Smooth it out as best as you can. Alright, that should be good. Put this back into the sink. And then you take a base right up here that fits on top of the cake. Put a little dollop of chocolate right there in the middle. Should be good. You take it, you put it on top. Make sure it's pressed down good. As you can see, not that well now, but there's chocolate, crunchies, and vanilla. Then put it back in the freezer, and you wait about another 45 minutes to an hour, then you can start making the cake. Alright, so now that the cake is completely frozen with the vanilla and the chocolate, to get it out of the mold, you have to turn the hot water on. Put it under the hot water for about 10 seconds. Turn it around. Alright, should be good. Now, it will pop out easily like that. Take that, put it in the sink. And you're going to have to put this back in the freezer for about 5 minutes just to let it freeze like this without the top on. And put it right down in there. And there you have it. Alright, so this is the final step of the cake. It's all ready and frozen. Now what we got to do is put it on here. This is a little longer process than the others. What you do is you take the whip that goes on top of the cake, put it on there. You got to smooth it out a lot more. This is a pretty long process, but take your time. It is pretty easy. Cake. You have to smooth the whip out on the top and on the sides. You're going to need a lot of this. That's why I actually just filled this thing. Stop the video. So just keep getting the whip. Cover every inch of the top of the cake, like so. That should be good for the top. Obviously, it's not going to look all messy like that. You take this ridge triangle thing and you just make nice ridges with it on the top. Smooth looking like that. Make it look as neat as possible. Wipe that off, and now we're going to work on the sides of the cake. Okay, so I just repeated the same process on the sides as I did on the top, just smoothing it out. As you can see, the top is already with the ridges, so now I just take this tool right here and I do the ridges on the sides. These are a little tougher just because, you know, of how it is. Get this here, clean that up, smooth it out a little bit. Do this side now. Alright. Gotta do it on all 4 sides. Make it as neat as you can. And now the 4th side. Smooth. Do any little touch-ups on any of the corners if it doesn't look the way that you want it to. Just need a paper towel. Take that. And yeah, that's basically all you have to do for like just the base of the cake. Smooth it out. Alright, looking pretty good. Now put this away, and then this is the final step. Alright, so now what you gotta do is you're gonna put the shells on the top and the sides. You just start here, and you go on the top with the shells, all around the cake, on each side. Before you do this, you gotta make sure you have enough in the bag. Turn it around. And put the shells on like that. This is a pretty tedious process, but once you're done, it's pretty satisfying. The cakes usually look pretty good. Put it in like that. Again, any touch-ups that you would like to do, just do those after you finish it. Keep going until you finish. And there you go, that's done with the top. Now I have to do the sides, and this is the last part of the cake. This, what I do is I hold it really close to the edge, and I just go at a pretty good pace along the side, like that. Gonna get every corner of the cake. So you just continue going along the sides with the shells. There's a spot, just go back to it. Keep going along the sides. This is the last row right here. A couple more and then you're done. Alright, so that is it. The cake is done. Now, if you want something written on it, you can order. Say happy birthday, anyone, happy anniversary, whatever you'd like. But we're not just going to do that for this one. This is the finished product, cake like that. You can get any color shells you want. Just have to order them specially. Now, all we do is put the cake into the box. Close up the box. Take a sticker. Seal it up like this. If it's for an order, we put it in this freezer, or if it's not, we put it in the front, and that is how you make a Carvel cake.